Welcome back, anglers. I'm the Survivalist, and we return Call of the Wild the Angler, where we're going to change things up from last weekend. I tried at the end of the last episodes to go after the Lake Trout for the challenge here for Silver Strand. Our gear is not quite capable of handling them at their silver ranking. I think it was a complete fluke I got the one that I did. But we're going to work at some of the other Silver Strand stuff we've got around here to go for. Okay, there's that one might not be too bad to get to. I think there's a fast travel point nearby there. I'm not sure where this photo challenge is to go for that. We could try for the gold orid trout. And I think that might be... yeah, that's about it for there. So you know what? Let me see. Let's start with the sturgeon. So that is actually just a bit north of right here. So we're going to fast travel there. Until I can get a stronger reel to be able to try working for the lake trout more, I'm going to pass on focusing or trying for them. No, I hear let me just snag this collectible. There we go. And there should be... okay, I've got two things on the map that I have no idea what they're in reference to. But let me just call the vehicle, and we'll see about going for the sturgeon. Since we should be able to handle silver rank one of those with the bottom feeding rod. And truth be told, I think it's actually just a little ways north up around here. Let me just double check that. Yeah, it is. Okay. So if we just drive and... truth be told, that bridge there might actually be our landmark we gotta work off of finding the sturgeon. There we go, let me exit now. And take a look. Yeah, I think it's actually just a bit north of us, up where that little footpath is there. Seems to be the case. Okay, so I'll just drive us up a little bit further. And try to see... okay, it should just be a little bit on our right. Truth be told, nothing here really makes me think like there's a... oh, is that it? Just those little rocks? Apparently so. Okay, so I guess we'll just... use this little rock bridge to get out to this area here. And... the map location... I think it's just a little bit more north of this. I think it's just kind of like tucked in this little area up here. Yeah, right around here. Okay. So let me double check and see what it is the sturgeon like to go for. Red worm, wafters, white, and cheese. Well, the red worm I should actually be able to use because we will be wanting a good size hook for them. So you know what? Maybe I'll stick with a size 5, use the red worm, and we'll try with the bottom feeding rod. I'm going to also try to mine my casting with it too. Last weekend was the first little, the first episodes with the adjusted casting that they've done for the game. So it is taking a little bit, but I don't need to be like super heavy on the joysticks for it. Yeah, we'll just try this, see what happens, if we can get lucky and get one or not. And then it's basically just trying to figure out the rest of the silver strands, and then probably to the, whatever the diamond outpost is, or whatever it's called. It's like, there's still a fair variety of stuff to tackle. And then I can also go back to some of the outposts, like Emerald Plateau, Ruby River Range, pick up the gold challenges to tackle too. But I think that we've officially surpassed the length of the previous Angler series on the channel. And I think I ended things off at episode 32. And we've made it to episode 33 now, so having more of a defined structure and progression has, I think, helped the angler a lot. There are some ways where It can feel a little grindy in some ways or that, but I don't think it's too bad. Like, again, without using the Apex Connect or whatever that feature is, you can play without that and make your progress with it. It's probably a little slower, and you don't have as many goals to exactly work for, but you're not also hard locked out of, like, it's a real bad grind without that, and it's, like, really pressuring you to take that route. Yeah, we'll just wait on this, see what we can get. I'm not sure where the photo challenge for Silver Strand would be, though. Like, if I take a look at the map, the only thing I can think of is, like, maybe it's somewhere along this... Actually, it might be around here. Because there is the waterfall that is, like, included with... I'm thinking it might actually be right around this area here. But we'll worry about that when we might actually, like, reach it. For now, we're just going to try for the sturgeon here, see if we can get lucky with it or not, and then go forward. I still am kind of planning on wrapping up the Angler at the same time I do wrap up the Cabela's series. I know the Cabela's is going as long as this one has, but we are, like, I think towards the very end, possibly the end of that one. I think there's, I mean, we're still working through the mountain biome on it, then there's only the one biome left for its career mode. I don't think there's a lot of content outside of the career mode to really tackle, because I think the other option is just to do quick hunts. And I don't actually know if the career mode carries over unlockable gear into any other mode. It'd be something you would kind of think that would be a thing it would open up, but I have no idea to say for sure. But yeah, Angler, it's held up okay enough. It's definitely better than it was on the first release for PC. I can't really think of too much gameplay-wise to change up the game all that much to, like, add or improve it. It really is just maybe some more quality of life things, like perhaps adding a few more traits when it comes to the fish species to know, okay, these ones like to shelter around, like, rocks or structures or something, so that way if you're going cast, try to cast towards those things. Maybe, like, a little just listing of, like, a variety of hook sizing, like, shovel-nosed sturgeon will bite on anything from hook size 7 to 2 or something like that in the handbook. Not, it doesn't have to give breakdown of, like, what each rating will, or what rank of color will bite what hook size. Just something that helps you narrow in your field a little bit more. And maybe something, too, where as you use certain baits and land the fish with the baits, it kind of gives you an idea of, like, how much that species likes that bait, even if it's listed as, like, they have a lot they'll go for. There are certain things that they'll like much more than others. Because truth be told, as much as it gives you, like, the top 3 listings when you go over them in the handbook, I don't know if those are actually, like, the things that go for the most, or how that kind of works out. But I'm kind of tempted to pull this in, just because, like, nothing has gone for it yet. So let me try to see. Okay. I don't know if I need to go... I mean, I guess I can try going up to a hook size of 4, and maybe I'll go for the cheese. I'm not really sure, like, where I should be trying to cast out. Like, should I... I'm trying to think of what I've caught in the bronze rank sturgeons with. Because I did catch the silver rank. I feel like it might have just been on a hook size of 6, and I might be going too big. Actually, I wonder, do I have... Okay, that tells me the biggest catch. Catch success rate is 100%. How do I have 100% when they've snapped the gear on me? Okay, I was hoping to try to see if maybe I could have looked back at what my previous combos were for, like, what I've caught, but it doesn't seem like it saves that. No, it hasn't. See, I'll just leave this for a little bit, see if anything strikes, and after, again, a few minutes, I'll bring it in, I'll switch it for hook size of 6, and then cast in again. I do think the bottom fishing rod should be the go-to method for getting them. But it is also the case that the angler can be sparse for when it comes to fixes and attention to detail. Like, again, the Ruby River Range photo challenge, which has probably been broken since it got, like, put in for the console release, only got a fix, like, last month. So it was probably like that for a long time forward. But I'll just wait a moment or two and see if we can get lucky with anything going for this. And again, it's always the case of just no activity is not helpful. Some activity, as long as you're catching fish, is kind of what you want for a fishing game, but yeah, it's always not sure how long to hold or when to bring in and swap out. I think I'll just go for another moment or two, and then I'll pull out, put on hook size 6, and then maybe I'll try the worm again. Although, I'm wondering if maybe that's for float fishing. I should maybe I'll try the artificial corn, or the regular corn, and see. As much as I can put those baits onto a bottom feeding rod, maybe those baits actually will work better because they're, like, more tied to bottom feeding. So I think they only got implemented or put into the game with the introduction of the bottom feeding rod. I may be mistaken, but I'm not sure if I remember, like, how it has been. So what? I am going to bring that in quickly. Let's go to a hook size of 6. And I'm going to put corn on, and we'll see what that does for us. Yeah, you know what? Let me bring that in, because that cast a lot further out than I wanted it to. That's better. And that puts us to nice deep water, too, of 7 meters. So maybe that's been one of the issues when I've been using the bottom feeding rod, is I'm trying to use the float bait on it, and maybe it's not fully coated in as well as, like, say, with the rod type. I'm just trying to, again, rationalize and try to put some logic to it, but it could just well be I'm talking about just theory crafting and trying to make it fit my narrative rather than how it actually is. That's one of the things about theories, too, to keep in mind, is it's often trying to work things to go in hand with what your idea is, rather than just how they might actually be. You might actually be onto something with a theory, but you also have to be careful about how much is it just like your own wishful thinking towards your theory than is it actual stuff with credence to it. But yeah, we'll just leave that for a while, and hopefully something will decide to try at it. Even if I can just catch a bronze rank, at least that kind of gives me the idea of, okay, I need to go higher in hook size. But you know, a couple of knocks against us is that we are going for what's, I think, a more nocturnally active fish. Yeah. Yeah, there it is right there, night owl. Not to say it's impossible to catch during the day, but it might make it take quite a bit of time before we do get lucky. And again, I don't know if I should be trying to cast towards like a rock or some kind of structure of shelter here, or if just anywhere in open water will work. It's just waiting and seeing. That is something I haven't tried doing too, is just leaving a rod with it set up for the entire episode to see if eventually something has to strike or not. I feel like there doesn't have to be a guarantee anything will strike it, but I haven't really put that to the test either. I've been a little more impatient than letting that go through. So I guess this will be a good way of just trying to test and see. Because the rest of this episode, it's just going to stay like this. And we'll see if anything does go for it. And somehow we are, again, actually coming up in the water table. I guess here, at least, it makes a little bit of sense. There is the current, so that might be pushing along the sinker in that. So we are getting a little bit of that up. Or, like, the depth is increasing. But in other areas where it's just like a still lake, it's weird to see the depth change. But nothing at all. Truth be told, that little... And one of the things I'm just watching about is the water right in front of us. I don't know if we had like a little bronze rank sturgeon just swim up nearby or not. Truth be told, aside from like when we've landed the fish, I might be terrible at identifying what species you can kind of see in the water just nearby. I think it's safe to say I might have to change the hook size for where we are at. Again, I don't know if it's too big, too small. It's the bait type that we need to switch out. But it's just nothing to really be able to go for. And because of that, not much to be able to talk about either. Oh, that was another quality of life fix that I didn't realize I slipped to even talk about. Again, just let us have a manual way of changing the time of day. That would be very, very helpful for, I think, anybody playing. If you want to go for nocturnal species, you can just go from main menu, choose time of day to night, go out, and have your chance at it. Rather than this, you have to wait either server hop, which I don't actually know the ins and outs of doing such to try to get a server with it being night for when you want to fish, or you have to wait like at least, oh, there we go, a couple of hours before it'll switch over. But it does seem like if you leave the rod out long enough, maybe eventually you will get activity. I don't know what it is we've got on, but we'll find that out in just a moment here. It's not that big, whatever it is, so I don't think it's going to be a sturgeon. Although, truth be told, this is the gear... Oh! Looks like it is a sturgeon, but it might just be a bronze rank. My mistake, that's... God, from fighting, like, the lake trout with how much that was heavy on the line, this is, like, nothing to the line. But that was our goal, so we got ourselves the silver sturgeon. Which means now, I need to try to figure out what our next objective is. And it does seem the case, I just have to leave it long enough, eventually something will go for it. I'm thinking we'll try to do this photo location, and I really do feel like that is... Okay, I think the closest way is fast travel from here down. So let me just fast travel here. The cutthroat, I think it'll be pretty easy landing. I've gotten a lot of them. Although, I say I've caught a fair few in, like, trying for other species, but it always seems to be, when it's the one I'm targeting, I have a hard time getting the bait lineup to be just right. I think the only fish that we got, like, in a really good time when it came to, targeting it for a specific mission was the silver rank mountain whitefish, and our first cast actually got us what we were after. But, nope. Okay, I didn't think I turned that heavy there. Yeah, so, again, where I think the photo challenge is, it's just a little bit further south of here. We're probably going to be coming to it from uphill, so it's not going to look like what we're expecting. Was the only place I kind of thought, okay, it has to be like west side-ish of the map, because that's where all of these other Silver Strand missions have been wanting us to go to for it. And it's the only place that, to me, kind of looked like there was a spot for there to be a waterfall. Oh, you know what? Just for the sake of things, I do see the little particle effect, so I'm going to report this. Nope. Lookout tower.
I'll tell you, Buck, if it ain't looked over a fence or been coated in chipotle cheese, I ain't touching it. This blister rust ain't some connoisseur like me, though. You've seen it munching down on poor innocent trees, and I won't stand for it. You're halfway through and doing the Lord's work.
Okay, so... gotta be a bit careful. Oh, smacked into everything. Okay, truth be told, I think just ahead down there might be where we're after. I mean, it looks like there is a sign on the side of the road there. And this does look like the area where you might find a waterfall. Yeah, I'm thinking that sign probably means we're closing in on the spot. So let me just kind of ease our way down here. When I say ease, truth be told, I am an awful driver, but I feel like the graphics, there's a little bit of lag and stutter too. Yeah, truth be told, I think this is actually the spot right here. Yeah, so if I... there we go. Okay, at least this one lined up. There's the sign, there's the waterfall. It makes sense for here to be kind of what we're looking for. Oh, another report as well. Oh.
Those creepy crawlies will be a fairy tale and 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, Buck. Come see the exterminator.
Okay, so you get 100 credits and 10 reputation, and that's about it. Okay, let me just take a look at the map quickly. We're in the right spot for what I need to fish, but I was just checking to see if there's any fast travel points nearby, but I don't think there is. So there's nothing to really unlock here. But let me see. I think when it came to the cutthroat, I might actually be able to use the spinning rod. Because they like... there they are. Egg, spoon, and spinner. So you know what? Just so that way we have something a little more to engage with, we will go for the spinning rod. And I think we'll go for... I think 7 is... yeah. 7 is the largest hook size I've got. Okay, truth be told, I think I actually put that in a pretty bad spot. So I think that's actually behind the rocks there. I moved a little bit to the left at the last moment trying to cast out. But we'll see if we can get anything to strike from here. Seems like we're still in the area for credit to the photo challenge. Although the water... I guess it's because of how clear it is, or maybe it's from the waterfall. It has like a weird sort of sheen to it. But you know what? Actually, maybe what I'll do is I'll try casting from this bridge. Because that should give me... yeah, that should give me a lot of distance out I can go for. And we'll just lower that down, and I'll even reduce the retrieval speed to 2. I think that should give us, hopefully, a bit of luck in getting what we're after. And truth be told, what just jumped over there might have been a cutthroat. It's that red, like, jaw and underbelly that... no? Yeah, there it is, swimming just around the surface. I don't think it's going to be interested in this. Nope. Oh, of course. Right at the very end, I think it decided to go for it. So you know what? I'm going to keep... I should have probably kept the retrieval speed reduced. Oh, there we go. Okay, there's a bit of fight to it, although not too bad. I think it's a cutthroat, but I can't see that really distinct red that gives it away. But let's see once we reel it in. Just a brook trout. But it's still good to see we're catching silver sizing. So yeah, we'll keep trying. There we go. I'm actually kind of surprised how quick we got another level up there. I'm not sure if it's just like because I've started focusing in on these missions more, or... Oh, you don't want to know why the reason I'm probably leveling up faster? I'm actually getting fish activity aside from the mission ones we're after. Because for a long time there, when it was going for, like the mission fish, we would only seem to get the mission or just long spans of nothing striking. Oh, right. Okay, hang on. Trigger down. There we go. Just gotta remember the order of operations there. So good news is we're getting trouts of all kinds. We just need the specific species we're after. Oh, I think that's another rainbow. Well, it is. Although, we might have to actually adjust the, drag on this one. No, I think we got it just... Yeah, we got it just fine. This might be a silver one, though. Let's see. No, nope. Actually, silver orid. It seems like we're getting every trout except for, the cutthroat. This will probably be the last cast for the episode. See if we can get lucky and move on, or we'll just be starting off next episode here. Might be another brook trout. I can't really see from there is some red to it. That might be what we're after. No, I think that is a cutthroat. There's a lot of red to it. Let's see. There's our silver cutthroat. Okay, yeah, so now we can end the episode off with actually having gotten those missions done, and then we'll just have to figure out what we'll do for next episode, although more than likely we'll probably work at some of the Diamond's Peak stuff. Like, maybe some of them. Because I still have some Ruby River stuff as well. Oh, that one. Okay, that's what we'll probably work at, seeing about trying to figure out where that location is. But yeah, for now, we will end this episode of The Angler right here. Thank you all very much for joining me on this episode of the series. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a like. And if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure in the comments right down below. And until I see you all next video or episode, Anglers and Survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy angling.